G'day viewers, and welcome to Gravesend Australia Diecast Salvage. This is a DMC, Diecast and Models Community, monthly event, and the theme is more than four wheels. What we have in front of you is a TRUX, that's a TRUX model. It's a 1/76 scale of a Sydney Atlantean bus, which I've played with, so tried to turn it into something else over 12 years ago. That's how long I've had this particular bus. Anyway, we'll take it over to the workbench and we'll have a closer look at it. I shall meet you over there, I hope. Welcome to my little workbench as we have a look at this TRUX Atlantean bus, 1/76 scale. And even though this is an Australian bus, TRUX have got their stuff made in China. Isn't that good of them? Anyway, like I said, I've had this bus for a while and I'd repainted it into the colours of Oliveri Bus Service, which was a Sydney bus company that I grew up with when I was a lot younger. Mind you, they did not have an Atlantean double-decker bus back in their day, after these were decommissioned. But we're going to turn this into something else. You should see a photo about now as to what the colour scheme of these buses were. They used to be blue and white. Sort of a blue like that colour on the base here, and white in the same sections that I've got here now. Now, when these buses came into service, there was a big controversy in Sydney and I think Newcastle, because they were going to make them without a conductor on there. They were just going to make it a driver only, no conductor to collect the tickets. So there were a lot of strikes at the time when these buses came into service. And these were the last double-decker buses for quite a number of years. It's only been in the last, I think, 5 or 6 years, we're now 2023, that double-decker buses have come back to Sydney. Anyway, you can look it up. I'll probably leave a Wikipedia link regarding information on the Atlantean buses of Sydney. So, as PB from PB Retroations would say, let's get crack-a-lacking. So, we shall disassemble the bus and we shall go from there. These have no rivets or screws. They do have a little pinch point up the front here, but I think this bus has been apart quite a number of times, so it should be easy, as it is, to pull out. Now the rear engine, because these were rear engined vehicles, the cover comes out with the base. Now I'm not 100% sure whether I'll be taking these wheels off to repaint the base, or I may cover them while we're doing it. That's for something down the track that we'll have a look at. So there's our base. So let's get to the main body of the vehicle. Here we have our lower seats, as soon as I find my special tool to help me in this case. There we go. Here is our lower deck seats that need to clean out. So that's plastic. Now we look at our windows and doors. Now these are a sort of press, what I call press fit windows. And I'll do this other side first thing since it wants to come out first. Come on, fumble fingers. Thank you. Now these are, they glue in up the top here. They had like a, yeah, sort of like PVA glue or something like that, that held them in place. Now this window is broken in that it had snapped off right there, but the good thing the good thing about it is that it broke behind a post or pillar, if you like, so it's not seen. So we shall put that into our tray of goodies. We'll put that in a tray later. It is missing the main windshield. I may have that in my stash where I pulled this bus out. I may have it, I may not, I don't know. Here's the front doors and the middle doors. Now the front door section is broken just here, but seeing as the rear section, let's see, I can't, well, I shouldn't say I can't, I can still use the doors on this one here to make just the mould for the doors and make the window unit separate. I'll probably go down that path if I decide to keep both sets of doors. While we keep pulling this thing apart, after these buses were decommissioned, no longer for use in public transport, quite a lot were turned into mobile homes. There's our upper deck. There's one of the side windows, top deck windows, and there's the other. This was also missing the window unit in the front and the window unit at the back, and also the window unit on the bottom deck as well. But I do have it, I just need to do a big repair on it. We may see that, we may not. In any case, that's the vehicle now apart. Now going back to these vehicles' afterlife, a lot of times the rear doors were closed up, they were closed up in that they removed the doors, but they carried on and put another window unit in there, or they closed off completely. A lot of the times they made them a half open topper. They kept the top half and cut the rear roof off. But lots of buts. I say a lot of buts. And here comes another one. My intention is to keep the roof intact, keep the body intact, undecided about the middle doors, to whether to keep them or to block that area up and see if I can't recreate a window unit there so it becomes a single door unit. Undecided about that. And we're doing a lot of arms again because I'm thinking on the spot. So next part is, I think we're going to be meeting some strippers. So stand by. It is that time. Our strippers are ready. Our participant is ready. Now our strippers want to go for a swim. Let's see how well they're swimming today. And yeah, not a bad job. I know it's hard to see, but it's a bit murky in there. Give a bit of that swishy swish, but most of the paint has come off. I'll add some more water for it to take the rest of the paint off. But yeah, next time you'll see the bus, she'll be nicely polished up. So I'll see you at the polishing point. So we're out from the strippers with our brass bristle brush and with our steel wool scourer. We have polished up the casting. Let me move that out of the way. And she has come out quite nicely. No, we are... Try again. Fumble fingers. We are not missing an A pillar. I'll comment on that in a moment. But she has come quite clean. Now I'll pull the base down because it is important to have a look at the base. Just here, I initially thought, oh, what's wrong? Why didn't the paint come off here? Discovered this is plastic, and I'm surprised that the caustic soda didn't destroy that. So that's a plus side. We can put the base to one side for a moment, and let's talk about the front windscreen. You should be seeing a picture about now of the front screen configuration, where this half of the screen was flat. This half of the screen came up a little bit, then came back on an angle, and it was slightly sloped in, and then you had the driver's window. So there's no A pillar. When the Atlantean finished their service with the government and was sold off to private bus companies, or when they were turned into motorhomes, some people did a conversion where they put in a pillar here and turned this into a one screen unit. Now, when I pulled this initially out, I thought I had lost this front screen, but I went back and had a look at my at my stash as to where I had the bus stored, and I actually found the screen. Now, as you can see, it is not fit for purpose anymore. It will go in. Let's see if Fumble Fingers can get it in properly. Come on, Fumble Fingers. That's how it sits. Now, the space up the top here will be covered by the seating arrangements on the floor from the top deck. But as you can see, that screen is no longer fit for purpose. It has it is broken here, and it was broken down the side here. I've since glued it back and made it solid again. I made a prototype of the screen. I made a couple of prototypes actually. If I'm really honest, I made a couple of prototypes to see whether we can do something with it, and I believe we can. So that's a screen that I'll need to make again. So we'll put the original screen just there. I'll put these prototypes to one side because that one's no good because it has no point in showing that one because that one's no good. But this prototype here that I made, I will keep to one side just in case the original screen breaks again. This one doesn't show any crack marks. It almost looks like the original screen. Now, having said that, let's have a look at the other screens that we either need or do a repair on. These are the screens from the top deck. They're fine. All I'm doing is, with this lot, is just scraping off the old glue so that we can refit them where they need to be. The lot we are missing, hang on, we are still missing a screen. No, there it is. We have the screen for the back window up the top here, but we will be using that in a few moments, and I'll tell you why. We are missing the top deck screen on the front, and I'll show you a way of how I'm going to do that. We're going down to lower deck. This is the screen that goes into the front, that has also the front doors, and if you have a look, it is broken right there. So we need to, I'm going to do one of two things. I can either do a repair job of making another door from the rear door section, because they are, except for the window placement, the doors are exactly the same. So I should be able to make a copy of just that door part, and we can go from there. The bottom rear screen is broken up the top here, but what we'll do is we'll make a copy of this front of the top deck screen, and that will, for me, that will suffice. If I overlay it, you'll see that they're pretty much the same. So we can use that one to make a copy of back screen, and these are the screens for the other side of the bus. And while it is broken behind where you're not going to see it. So I'm not worried about that, so we don't have to repair that screen. Just don't throw it away, Michael. And we'll have all our screens back in place with the bus. Now, in saying that, doing a repair on the front, on this front door, I have used the stuff, or what some people might call blue stuff, from Green Stuff World. I bought from the dollar store, imitation product, works just as well. And you should be able to see that there's a door impression in there. Alright, and all I did was heat this up in water. I pressed the screen there, and then I carefully pressed this over the top and I let it go off. So that's how this stuff went. So we'll make the door while we're here. And again, I'm using this UV resin, and we're just going to apply a few drops. Just shake that drop off. So if you see carefully, you'll see that you can't see from where you are. So how about we bring you into a position where you can. You'll see now that the resin by itself is flowing out. I do apologise for noise in the background. The landlord's son is here cutting down a tree. He's using a chainsaw. So you can tease this out. Almost knocked this over. You can use a toothpick. I'm just using the tweezers here. Just to spread it out. To make sure that we go in all the corners. We need a couple of more drops. Alright, that's enough. Just going to let it settle. Just to make sure that we're not got any air bubbles. There we go, there goes the tree branch right on the other plants in the yard. Now, should you see any air bubbles, like this one right there in the corner, you can poke it out like I'm doing there. Or, if I can find it, there it is. Just with a lighter or a flame, just quickly go over the top. Don't set the thing on fire. I'll take the... Sorry about that, I was being chased by a chainsaw. So that's... is sort of settled. Now I can take this outside, out in the sun, and let it... Just trying to get you guys to focus a little bit, these. I can take it out in the sun and let the sun do the curing, and it'll take about 15 minutes. Or I can use this nail lamp with the UV light, and I will put it in there. It's gone, I'll set it for 90 seconds, and yeah, so that will give me the first set of what we're looking for. I'm just making sure that we're in all the areas that we need to be, and we just about are. So again, I'll set it for 30 seconds because I can do it a few times, so I won't keep you here all that long. And I'll make the other windows the same way, and I'll do the original window the same way as well, and I'll bring you back when we've got all the other windows done that we need to. And I'll show you how we'll make this front screen for the top deck. So I'll see you in a moment. So I already have a primer on this Atlantean double-decker bus, and the colour that we're choosing to paint it is a Indian red, as we drop paint all over the place. Now let's see how. Yeah, that was a good thing that just need to do a little adjustment. There we go. Alright, now we're ready to paint. If I can pick this thing up like we should be able to. Oh, I see what's happened. I see what's happened. Okay, I'm going to do it slightly different. We'll do the back section by itself, and we'll come back for the main part of the bus. So this is no particular bus livery. This is just using up paint that I already have. This is, as I said, this colour is called Indian red. Just go inside the wheel arches. Let's put that down. Let's grab a hold. Let's heat up wheel arch properly. The underside I will be painting black, so I'm not too worried about that now sitting there. I'll get my other thing ready. Look at that, I already had it ready. If I only looked. Let's go back over there. Let's put that there. We can move them out of the way. Okay, here we go again. Let's just go around all the joints.
So what we'll do is we'll, with you guys, do the painting on one side. Deep in thought here. Thinks the paint is now starting to flow like it should. I might as well keep going, eh? I finally got to the part that it actually has the thinner to it. I may still change the colour on this. Well, not this Indian red colour, but I may add some more white to it. I don't know yet. Okay, for you ladies and gentlemen, that's where we'll leave the painting. For me, I'll sort out what I still need to do, and we'll come back. It will be the reveal when we come back, because putting all the windows in is rather fiddly. So we'll catch you at the reveal. Isn't that lovely? We'll catch you at the reveal.
This is what we started with for our DMC Modern 4-wheeled event. This is a TRUX Atlantean Sydney bus that I had overpainted, well, repainted I should say, not overpainted, repainted some 12 years ago. And here we are now for the reveal of our 176 scale TRUX Leyland Atlantean double-decker bus that ran on Sydney's roads back in the 70s. As you can see, it's been repainted. We even painted the wheel hubs. We have detailed the rear lights and indicator lights. We have detailed the headlights, the parking lights and the indicators, plus we have marker lights, the side indicators on both sides. We have blanked out the route number, the same thing on the side, the route number and the destination roll we've blanked out, the same thing on the front we've blanked out. The rear doors have been painted in a fashion like some of the buses ended up when they went into private service outside of government. They had different colours to the main body. The front bifold doors I've left off, even though I made them. I have left them off in this case because in the 70s these buses did not have air conditioning and quite often were seen driving down the road with their doors open, the front doors open, that is. We've created a new screen for the top deck and a new windshield and driver's window. The windshield and driver's window represents the screens that these Atlantean buses had when they also went into private service, because a lot of them would have had the original screens taken out. We also recreated the rear window of the bottom deck just above the engine compartment. So this has been an interesting little journey on this bus. I like buses. I have quite a few in the collection. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this little video of the More Than Four Wheels event for the DMC community. Go and check out the other participants that took part. Have a look at the DMC Facebook page. I'll leave a link in the description. And we'll catch you later on Gravesend Australia Diecast Salvage.